Thank you, Dr. Abbas, for your talk. And we're going to go now to our third speaker of the English session. Our third speaker is Ms. Siham Jaafar. She is the founder of Images and she's the founder of Images and Perceptions Diversity Conference, and her talk today will be titled Truth to Self and Identity. Let me talk a little bit about Ms. Jaafar. Ms. Jaafar is the president and CEO of 3D Consulting and Communications since 1998. She has been specializing in corporate, law enforcement, educational, and government diversity training. Her clients have included Wayne County Airport Authority, Immigration Services, and various law enforcement agencies. Educational institutions also were one of her clients. Corporate and government agencies, including private entities seeking cultural competency, equity and inclusion, and training. Siham is the founder and producer of the nationally acclaimed Images and Perceptions Diversity Conference, recognized in 2013 and 2017 by Corp Magazine as the Excellence in Diversity Award. Siham was honored by Wayne County with the Women of Distinction Honors in 2015. Siham is a certified mediator and is currently the Vice President of the Wayne County Dispute Resolution Center and the Chairwoman of the WCDRC Advisory Board. She is a Dearborn Heights Planning Commissioner and is a member of the Board of Directors for the National Association of Women Business Owners and is its public policy chairwoman. She is the host and producer of Off the Cuff with Siham Awad Jaafar. Siham was born and raised in Michigan and has called it her home for her entire life. She and her husband, Hassan, have two amazing children, Gina and Alex, and we are really happy to have you with us today. Thank you.
Hello, everyone, and thank you for having me today. What a wonderful discussion. Yusuf, you hit on a lot of the major issues in regards to separation of church and state, and you're very technical about it. Fatmi, thank you for your presentation as well. My conversation, I'd like to apply it as a conversation, is more true to self and identity. And the environment in our country right now is truly a sad state of affairs. People are empowered to hate, and that's really, really unfortunate. I'm not a religious scholar, and nor am I a theological expert, so I thought, let me stick to what I know. And what I know is really my story and how I sort of came to where I am now, religiously speaking, theologically speaking, and my mindset as a Muslim and as a human being, basically. I grew up on Canterbury Street and went to Salina School when I was a young girl. And it was in the 60s. I don't want to date myself, but that's a very important aspect, because there really were not very many Arabs and there weren't very many Muslims within our community. So it was a very small, tight-knit community. It was very rich in diversity. We had a very large Polish community, a very large Italian community. So I grew up looking at everybody and thinking everybody was like me. We were all the same, because I grew up in that atmosphere, and it was beautiful because the landscape and the environment was normal to me. There wasn't any difference. Whether you were African American, Italian, Hispanic, you were a cousin, basically. So we all grew up together, wanting the same things and needing the same things. After a while, the mosque on Joy Road in Detroit was built, the Islamic Center. And we found ourselves being part of that, of course. My dad, God bless his soul, was a founding member of that mosque. So life sort of revolved around there. Mom was part of the women's group, and we went to Sunday school every day. But what was wonderful about that is we didn't just go to the mosque. We also went to the churches, and we went to the synagogues. And the churches and the synagogues came to us. So we were having these conversations about who we were, what we did, how we did it, why we did it, what our differences were, and most importantly, what our similarities were. And so that was really the concept of how I grew up. At the mosque, we'd have weddings, yes, music. Music was alive and well at the mosque. It was beautiful. We had gatherings, and life was really simple. And I was actually the vice president of the youth club, and we planned ski trips with mixed company. We had funerals at the mosque. Families actually sat together. Men, women, children sat together. And I think that's what I miss the most. I went to catechism so I could learn and understand more. Because growing up, if you were a Muslim, you could not say you were a Muslim unless you understood all the other religions. You had to accept the other religions so you can say that you were a Muslim, because all the religions led up to Islam, so it was a culmination of religions. So you felt complete. You didn't discriminate, nor did you feel discriminated against, because it was a culmination of everyone. So you had to accept all religions to be a Muslim. And this is sort of really important to me. Growing up in that kind of environment, it was community, but it was family. I thought I had the hugest family on the face of the planet, because everybody was my cousin, and everybody was my aunt, and everybody was my uncle. So ammo and khalto, or amto. So it was all very, very, very communal and very loving. If anyone was going to travel anywhere, all of us went to the airport to see them off. If anyone was coming, all of us went to the airport to actually welcome them back. So it was a very family-oriented experience. And it wasn't just the Muslim and Arab community. It was everybody together. And I think that's what I held on to growing up, and that's what really grounded me in who I am and who I wanted to be. And going to the mosque, the dress code always was very lax. You were welcome to the mosque whatever you wore. The headscarf was not a priority. It was not something that you had to do before you walked into the house of God. You were accepted the way you are. And I remember many days we'd go, and Mom and Dad were very involved in the mosque. We'd go and we'd scrub the floors. So we'd be in our shorts and t-shirts scrubbing the floors, and it was not a bad thing. It was okay. So the head